I'm on, cuz. What's up on my laptop? Yeah, I'm there, cuz.
Yeah, I could hear you, but we not on the screen, are we?
Yeah, I got the emblem up. I got my other emblem up.
There we go.
Lucio, Halito, what's up, everybody?
What's happening? What's going on?
Peace, greetings.
What's up, nephew? What's happening, cuz? What's happening, sis? Man, this motherfucking laptop, bruh. I don't know what's going on. This motherfucker keep on rebooting and everything, and I know I cleaned it already, but it's all good. I'm doing it from my phone. I'm A-OK. You know, I'm steady trying to work on this phone while I'm on the phone with y'all, work on this laptop.
Yeah, CO, Halito, everybody in the chat. Thank y'all for tuning in tonight. We have our guest here today, Guale Origins and Seminole Brown Yvmvse of the Museum of So-Called Negro Indian Antiquities. Yes.
Indeed.
It's gonna be a good podcast tonight.
Oh, you already know.
Because we are recapping the greatest interviews of the year. The greatest interviews of the year. So we have our two cousins on the line. Anybody got any comments or questions before we go in?
I'm trying to flip this camera.
Sorry.
No,
my apologies. I was putting on my jacket. I want to thank y'all for allowing me on y'all podcast. How you doing, Auntie? How you doing? Pa, what's going on with you? Cuz Cal.
What's going on, nephew? You know you always welcome, man.
Yes, sir.
60 degrees down here, so you know this shit feel like Alaska me. But I'm tuned in. I'm just covered up, so if my voice go to crack, and just know we ain't used to that cold weather.
Yeah, well, we just had like 29, 30 degrees, so you good.
Yeah, I wouldn't have came outside.
Yeah, so Pa, what's up? We still showing the video in the background, or we
Yeah, we still showing the videos and everything, you know. We're gonna do nephew Wally Origins video first, you know, and we're gonna have questions and answers on that, and then we're gonna play cousin Cameron, Seminole Brown, you know, we're gonna play that right there, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, everything all gravy, baby. You already know how it is, you already know how we coming, you know what I'm saying? So we gonna let it roll and let it do what it do, baby. So you know, this is like almost at the end of the year. So yeah, so you know, we go ahead on and we go do that, you know. And also, not only we doing the playback of Wale Origins, but my nephew, he actually have two books out. One called The Blue Fire and the other one is called The Green Fire. You heard me? And we put everything within his tribal perspective with the proper text and the proper timeline of how everything went. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, he did an excellent job on that. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
you know, go ahead on and cop that book.
my copies. Yes, I'm very proud of you, nephew. That's how you do that shit.
Right.
For sure. Thank you. I do want to say, this is the book. I don't know if I can't flip the screen.
There you go. You got it.
In simple form, the book is made of 4 books, so it comes in 4 chapters. It's pamphlet style. Book 1 is called The Birth of Wale. So it's dealing with the origins of the people that became known as Wale historically, right? I take it back 50,000 years, mention some things dealing with hunting. So how the ancient ones hunted bigger game, right? They were larger, much robust people. And then we go into the time period where there was a decline in health, how there was a decline in health. We go into the different migrations, which began to bring down the actual social political structure they built with their cousin tribe, the Yama, right? So we go into how
Mm-hmm.
there was a transition and unification, and then how all of that basically transitioned into the 17th, 18th, 19th century. So we go from almost a beginning of time for a majority of people who don't have that much of an ancient blood and bring it up to present day. Book 2 is called Humanity's Flame. In Humanity's Flame, it's family campfire. So we're basically explaining how there are councils out here, right? Or tribal councils that families were a part of. But we explain it in the way that it's spiritual. So there were spiritual aspects to this council that was recreated on earth. All of those books on screen are different versions. They're now out of print. So we have uh there was an update, slight update, but in Humanity's Flame, we're explaining to people that it's okay, even if you were disenfranchised, it's okay to go looking for those that you can commune with, right? The first word
Right.
in that book is called union. So, and to be a part of that union, you first must know who your family is. So we detail what needs to be done for people to understand how they can bring their families into all these different folds. Book 3 is called The Mothers of Guale, or The Mothers of the Ancients. The book is strictly about women. Let me give you a few subheadings in that particular book so you all can understand what this one has in it. So this is the cover. Let me see if I can show you all. This is the cover. Don't worry, Auntie sticking the bird, but it's okay, right? She a part of bird family. So we have spirit and cultural roles of women. We have clan structure and matrilineal heritage, economic and social influence of women, the European misinterpretation of women and their resilience or resistance, excuse me, survival, cultural survival and adaptation, social and ceremonial practices, and the sacredness of their stories. So this book basically is explaining how women controlled all economic endeavors, right? Any So we put the mothers at the top of the board, right? Where fields were that you would plan in, who you would marry, all of this stuff was decided first by that womb that you came out of. So that book has the most detail, but it's the shortest. The fourth book is called Who You Are, Not What You Accept. In simple form, who you are, not what you accept. You are your grandmother's child. You are a human. You are part of that family. What you have
Right.
accepted was being an Israelite, a Nuwapian, Black, Moor, all of these extra things. You accepted the
Right.
clothes you wear. You accepted the music you listen to. So you are all of these things. You're now a European. That's what you've accepted. But who are you? That's what that book goes into in simple form. So thank y'all for that.
Manatees fire. Okay.
Yes, sir.
I'm trying to find it so I can show it the book. That is the cover.
Yes, that's Humanity's Flame. On that one, you have our three founding council families, which would be Kawi, and that's the ancient Kawi. We talking about, and I can say it on here now. That's American Lion. That's Big Mama. You have the Crane family. They'll say their ancient name, and then you have the Deer family. So those are our three founding families that sat around that blue flame to bring this together.
Okay.
Right.
Uh, So on this site, I keep trying to go to Amazon. Is it gonna show? I just see the blue fire. I typed in humanity's flame. Is it gonna show that picture or just has
If you type in Wale Origins Auntie, pardon me, all 4 books should come up. So the 4 books that are ebook, the 4 ebooks should come up on Amazon. If you
okay?
type in Wale Origins, the blue book is gonna be back within the series. Being that again, I update my books often. Anytime I update them, you can just hit me and you get them for it's not you basically get them for the price of the book, right? Because this stuff is extensive, so each book is always upgraded. Wednesday, the Green Fire comes out. It won't be pamphlet style. This is a real science book about 120 pages. It's called From Depth Fort to Mississippi. Well, I explained the ancient ones that eventually mix with these different groups to become the Wale, the Yvmvse, the Cherokee, and all of this good stuff. So everybody look forward to that also.
Hey,
Yeah.
2 thumbs and 2 big toes up. You heard me?
Yes, yes. That's how you
This
do
book
that.
get
Oh,
because
also,
you
let me
want to
see
talk about
one moment.
anthropologists.
One moment. It should be somewhere on that read sample. If you click read sample, you actually can read a sample of it. Sorry, what you were saying?
I would say, and also we have anthropological, um, written things that actually back up what you said. Without you even much reading their books actually um confirm what you said without reading their books because we coming from a tribal perspective.
Right.
And that's what got me. Like that book I got coming in tomorrow. It blew my mind finding out. Like, damn, I'm thinking they not talking about this, and they talking about it, but it just further confirms like, okay, well, shit, your family told you about this, or you got with
Right.
others. You get what I'm saying? That spoke about this, and none of us has come across this specific text, right? So.
And I'd like to say peace and greetings to everybody that's in the chat joining us tonight. And I hopefully y'all love the show. You know what I'm saying? So hey, we got 2 heavy hitters on here, and we also have um my cousin Caron, who actually is an archaeologist dealing with the effigies. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, peace Pontiac, what's happening, baby? So yeah, so we gonna roll from there, and I go and let my cousin read the excerpt that he have on his book from our nephew. Or you go read it, nephew. Which one? Who's gonna read it?
It don't matter. I'll take off. I gotta I'm about to get the text. You know how my eyes work. I'm ready. I read up to the point where where it cut off.
All right.
I'm about to go in. I gotta go in the house.
So may you go over one for me, Auntie? Let's see. All right. So in this book, in this particular text, I use like 5 different languages. So I'll let y'all know which words come from where. But accorda, union, fellowship, and interaction within the clan and social system are the foundations of daily life for the Wale. Once a day, Hasana, our families meet to discuss their vision for the day and the future. 3, it is the duty of members to come together in equi, honor of the ancient ones. 4, to the ancients, this communion is regarded as sacred time. 5, since the beginning of time, clans consisting of all spirits of the sky, water, and earth having existed in these great councils, each clan, Hasimi, has its own unique diet, habits, living areas, rituals, and dances. The matriarchs, where you go up to 9, okay, the matriarchs and elder men form a council that oversees communal areas and the migrations of crops. They make decisions on marriage, trade routes, and all political affairs. Upon entering a town, one could expect to see totems and intricately decorated homes. The town square, mounds, and fields are prominent features. You would notice body art bearing the family signature, revealing clan affiliation.
Mm-hmm.
At 12, most would have face and body markings, war symbols, and tribal scars. 13, oh, y'all don't have the rest? Okay, so 13, these marks provide insights to a person's social role, name, rank, family, whether living with us or not, and their town. This concept persists in the modern world where members of various organizations have tattoos with and tribal marks. Members of Gawi, Raku, Iku, Isapi, and Nukala and other families would wear the skins of their clan, Hachipale, animal, or totem. In the present day, we bear their names, and each has bestowed upon us specific duties within the congregation. Contrary to popular belief, Holada, the leaders were merely the voices of those who chose them to speak publicly. 18. All children belong to their mothers' families, which is unfamiliar to patriarchal societies. 19. Equine Gadi, or matrilineal succession, is a Wale practice. When De Soto was in the land of Appalachia, in that land he was told about a land that was ruled, a place that was ruled by a woman. Male egotism, or contrary to male egotism, beloved women did not hastily send their sons off into foreign lands for combat. Warrior women were never afraid to join their brothers in ball game or battle. Women would gather crops and teach young girls the ways of their mothers, ceramics, language, dance, art, and clothes making. Homes were kept by the women as they birthed the nation, and their female offspring inherit the possessions. 25, typically, when someone passed away, they would be buried next to or beneath their home. 26, a man's primary responsibility was often to his sisters and mother's offspring. 27, boys were instructed by their clan fathers who were responsible for upholding family policy. 28, men trained young boys, teaching them the ways of their ancestors. 29, all town boys were collectively taught self-defense, town law, hunting, seafaring, and how to connect with their family spirit. 30, and I'll end it here. A clan father or male family member might at times sacrifice themselves to justice rather than condemning their ignorant nephews. So I'll leave. That's number 1 through 30 in that book right there.
Yes, that's awesome. All right. So, now which clip are we playing? Which one? Because there's several where nephew was on here. He been all up and through here. So we gotta pick one. We gotta
Right.
pick one. So while y'all thinking on which one, I'm gonna show uh cousin Seminole Brown Yvmvse, the Museum of the so-called Negro Indian Antiquities.
It don't even matter. After that one, I probably could just do a Q&A or something.
Okay. How y'all doing in the chat? Did y'all enjoy that excerpt?
I enjoyed it.
Yes, I did too.
Cal, you gotta talk. You gotta teach me about them quartz arrows and knives, man.
Yeah, definitely.
You said the quartz arrowhead knives.
You gotta teach me about some quartz arrowheads and the quartz knives that them people was using back then.
Right.
All right, and this is Seminole Brown's Museum of So-Called Negro Indian Antiquities. This is where y'all can find him. Cousin Cal, you want to speak on anything?
I mean, any questions? Anybody got questions about the effigies? What they are, what the function is?
Okay, you can give us an excerpt of a whole little breakdown, prelude.
Well, basically, these effigies were created, I don't know how many thousands of years ago, but they're very old. They depict images of, first of all, they're made from granite. Granite is like 50% quartz crystal and 50% other minerals, feldspar, you know. But this material was used to create statues and statuettes, many different sizes, and they were what can I say? How can I say it? They were created to basically plug in, you know, connect with the natural world, the spirit world. You follow? Hello?
Yes, we do.
Right. So you know, I don't want to go in too far on it. So, man, play a video.
All right, I am. I just want to
play that one. Go back to the top.
Huh?
Go to the top. Back to the top. The beginning. Yeah, that one right there with the snake eating the turtle. Play that one right
there. Okay. Y'all in for a show.
And as it's playing, you can pause it. Pause it and read. Read what it's saying. There we go. Pause that. Now I cannot read it from here. It's too small on my screen.
Oh, when it says that our medicine effigies were carved on front of a sacred fire by the Yvmvse medicine people many thousands of years ago, and them blessed it with the spiritual essence and intent of a medicine person.
The abomination.
Okay, our effigies depicted elements and ancestral spirits and
Elementals,
supernatural,
elementals.
yeah, elemental effigies, and our effigies embody spiritual energies in connecting with the elemental forces, providing healing and protection, and serve as messengers between the luminous and the humans and spirits. So that's your answer right there, Anthony, when they ask what is the functions.
Reaction. On your own breath.
Pause it right there.
Our effigies are used in rituals and ceremonies, healing practices, divination, prophecy, protection, and what's that one? This other one. Invigorating in the whole and the significance of the spiritual or usual importance, serving as a tangible connection to the elemental forces and ancestral wisdom.
Killer priest. Pressure. Warlord. Here I am.
So angry native hearts filled with resentment and hate, we know of the spiritual forces that will seal your fate. Remember, this is the land of the snake where the turtle is vowed there'll be no escape. All right, we got a question. All right, we got a question from Kitty Fire for Wale Origins. She said number 122 of the Blue Fire. So are there stories in the Indies of the Muskogee invading them?
If you talking, nephew, you muted.
Oh, say that again, man. I just had to snap on somebody. Listen, I just dropped me some water, y'all. I'm
Nephew?
listening. I'm listening. I'm listening. What was the question?
Your mic,
what was
your
the
mic is
question, Paul?
muted. Now you're unmuted. Oh, it's muted again.
No, I couldn't hear the question. I was saying, what'd you say? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I can hear
Yeah,
you.
All right.
here you
Now
go.
I was asking what was being asked or what was said. I couldn't hear you.
Yeah, Kitty Fire asked the question about number 122. Uh yeah, there
And
you
with
go. The Blue Fire saw the stories in the Indies of the Muskogee invading them.
okay, and what book?
Blue fire, she said.
Yeah, no, I'm saying
Uh,
it's four books in the
yeah.
Blue Fire. So I'm
Okay.
trying to, or where? How can I see the comments? Oh, I see it now. Okay,
Nephew, you can answer that question for her?
yeah, I can see it says 122 of the Blue Fire. So I need the book, but it says so there's stories in the Indies of Muskogee invading them. Which part of the Indies? Because if you're talking about Alabama, Carolina, I mentioned that in the book. If you're talking about these people fleeing to the Indies, that's talking about them fleeing the Muskogee War and getting to the Indies only to find out there were new people at places they've been visiting for years. So that's what that's explaining. If you're talking about book number one, or it should be book number one, that's probably what she's talking about. But to answer that question, yes, there are peoples in the Indies who were invaded and moved, and they still have that story about them being, removed from this land.
She's saying Cuba, Bahamas, and such.
All of those are definitely mentioned in the text. So if you see anything in that book, when you please if you're going to ask about the book, make sure you put the book, which book number it's in, so I can actually go read it myself. And if it's in the book, trust me, it's there.
Okay. Because it's four
So,
books of the Blue Fire, and then the
so
humanities
like all
another.
perfect. All of those books are what make up the Blue Fire.
Okay. All right. And Wow Fox said, I hope they read what it said.
All right. And Kitty Fire also asked another question. Why did
True.
they leave these effigies scattered in many places?
What was that
Well,
question?
they say, why did they leave the effigies scattered in many places? Well,
Well,
actually, go
go
ahead.
ahead, cuz.
Go ahead, cuz you answered it.
Well, I was gonna say, a lot of these effigies got moved around by the people that invaded on this land. You know, they use them on railroad tracks. They use the storefronts as decorations. You know, they've been moving them all about South Carolina. You know, but as far as them being scattered over the land, there were smaller effigies that were put in the land for like growing crops and stuff, blessing the land, protecting the land. You know, yeah, some were dropped in that manner, scattered around, but most of this stuff got scattered around by them tearing down ceremonial complexes that they found and digging out mounds, and it's like thousands and thousands of effigies in the mounds, and they digging them out and scattering them all over the place. I mean, to answer your question the best I could.
Oh
And she
yeah,
said
that's
how
sufficient.
and she said also Kitty Fire said that how can you be able to see that they effigies and how would it be able to find them? Well, the thing is, when you got to have a keen eye for it. That's number one, and then number two is a certain lighting that you use to actually see those effigies. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? So you got a lot of people that try to do it, but they can't because they're not guided by the ancestors. So that's the best way
Right.
I can put it like that. All right, old dog, new tricks TV. It says, I'm new here. What sources can he prove to help me better understand? Well, what kind of source you're looking for? Because you trying to use somebody as a source, or who you looking forward to as the source. Why he just can't be the source.
I'm like, I ain't gonna say that.
I already got a feel who I think I know who it is. But anyway, that's what they say provide. So somebody
And who they
they
talking to? Who to provide what source
yeah,
or
that's
what reference?
Gotta
Like what
be
are they
you gotta be clear, speak plain around here.
yeah, that's what old dog new tricks. He not being or he or she is not being specific in their questioning, saying about what source he have the proof to help me better understand. All right, who you asking the question to? Is you asking to Wale Origin or are you talking to Seminole Brown? Who are you asking the question to? And then somebody says safeguarding. And then old dog new tricks came on and said, "Do y'all follow behind Chief Sekou? He's a Yvmvse chief." That's
don't tell me that's the Midwest dude who be using that needle. He better chill out. Like, oh no. He better chill out.
yeah,
Like, oh no. I'm
yeah.
gonna
He
make a
said, "Do
post.
y'all follow behind?" He said, "Do you follow behind?" No, we don't follow behind, but he is our B Maku. Now, if you got a problem with that,
He
you
said he's
know,
addressing it to the man at the bottom, and he said, "Thanks, archaeologists, scientists, ancestors." So he's talking to the man at the bottom of the screen. Is that what you're saying?
oh, they're talking to you, Seminole Brown.
Oh, okay. And what was what he said?
He said, "What source do you have to show that it's effigies and everything?"
What source? I mean, this is something that's not taught in schools or colleges. They're not talking about this. There's not many sources. I mean, you can go on YouTube and look at some channels and try to learn from there. It's fairly new, man. This is a new thing. That's why no one really knows about it.
Renewed thing.
Chaco, what's going on, my brother from Vegas? I see you tuning in.
Yeah, thank you everybody for tuning in with your comments and questions. We are loving it. And Wado Yakoki, Yvmvse to Wale Origins and Seminole Brown of the Museum of So-Called Negro Indian Antiquities. I'm loving this show tonight. I'm loving it.
Y'all, please in that chat drop questions about the Wale so I can answer those for you to the best of my ability.
Right.
We welcome all questions and comments.
Especially the dude with the needle. He need to learn something.
Yeah, because he asked about Chief Sekou. What about Chief Sekou? What you want to know about Chief Sekou? We had Chief Sekou here in August. So I mean, like what made you late? I mean, hey, but you can go back and look at the show.
Yeah, we aired the show last Sunday, so you can check that out. The recap of the Chiefs, and he was one of them featured. So yeah, you can check that out.
And we have another chief that's online with us today.
So let's see what they got to say. Hey, what Kitty Fire? I know she got questions. She in my class. I know she got questions.
Well, yeah, she
Yeah,
said.
she always be having questions. I love
Said a comment. She said that was the last thing she said after you answered her question.
Yeah. Yep. So yeah. So this is where we speak about tribal stuff and information and enlighten people. This we are who we say we are. No ifs, ands, and shits about it.
All right. I feel All right. Did you, Wale, nephew, did you figure out which one you want to showcase, or do you? I, me personally, I want to hear more about the information in the books, the fire. I would
Okay.
about that,
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
wait, excuse me, especially what you was talking about the matriarchs, because all these indigenous people that we come across, they some of them, they say that they matriarchal, and they real pessimistic and misogynist. I get that energy. So you presented that information in a respectful way, and I would like for you to expound on that, please.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Um, Let me ask this question. It's a few points. Would you prefer me to read out of the book that particular chapter?
Sure.
Okay.
Hold on, but before you go into that, nephew, Kitty Fire just dropped two questions. She said, "How did the social life go as far as like markets and clothing and making?" And then she also said, for example, who made all the clothes and shoes and ceremonial wear as such? Well, I can answer that question.
Take off, or you no, you take off. I'll come behind you.
Yeah, yeah, it was the clan mothers that actually, that was all the clan mothers within that clan that actually went head on and made the clothing. Now you have to remember, dealing with certain time of clothing. Sometimes we didn't have clothing at all until it was time to go hunt, and then you actually had the buck skin and everything else, and you got certain feathers to make cloaks and everything. And then when the Europeans and them came over, and everything, we did exchanging goods and traded services with them, and we took their clothes and we added certain things to their clothing and everything. So that was like kind of easy too. But back then, yeah, we actually made our own clothing out of deer and every other animal that is that they use the skins. So when you're looking at the period of time, like you're looking at the what, the 1500s or before that, it coming on down, because remember, the Spanish came in the 1500s, but before the 1500s, in the 14 and the 13 and the 1200s, we was all in skins, you know. But then when the Europeans and them came, it started gradually going into their clothing, and we adding buckskin to their clothing and everything. So that's how that happened.
And
Okay,
and for
Carl P.
me, oh, okay.
Yeah, Carl P came on OCO to you as well, but then that's when Carl P just asked the question, are the Gullah people different from the Geechee? Or the Wale people different from the Geechee? That's the
Are
question
the
that was
Wale
asked.
different from the Geechee or the Gullah? Read it again for me.
It's
I
a
can't
it's
see it.
a it's a are the Wale people different from the Geechee?
No. That's just two different names for the same people and same nation. The Ogeechee is just a specific region named after a specific town. That town can also be relocated in Ohio, Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana. It's all through the Southeast. So it's just a name for a specific town of people that were a part of the Wali whole, right? So okay, perfect. So I'll take off. Y'all can hear me already?
Yes, we
Yeah, go
can.
ahead,
Yeah.
nephew. Read it loud and clear.
All right, so this the mothers of the ancients. I'll start at
Hello, what happened?
He dropped off. He'll be back.
All right. Hopefully he ain't just reading it and he think he's still on here. To text him, cuz. Oh, here you go. You dropped off, nephew. You
All right,
good?
I'm back. Yes, I'm good. Trust me, it's not the weed. I was just tripping.
Uh,
KLP,
hey,
nephew,
hey,
KLP just
excuse me. Continue, nephew. Thank you.
All right, so let me continue reading.
Yes.
Gotcha. So, the role of women in the Southeast is often ignored and exploited or excluded from documentation. Use my eyes. In fact, there are some English writers and scholars which believe there were no female rulers. Cloaked under the term gatherers, women's roles were undermined, masking their true leadership and traditions. While there were no princesses, the title Kakika, or in Muskogean, Mika or Maka, is the female term for high female leader. Makawachi means lead or highest mother. These are the beloved women. Before European conquest, all family leaders were women. Women held official positions in government, embodying both mercy and vengeance. The mothers of the ancients made policies, controlled rights to relationships, and determined the fate of war captives. Spiritual and cultural roles of women. Indigenous Wale women incorporated aspects of indigenous systems, Judaism, Christianity, and Ifa as acts of spiritual diplomacy. What is spiritual diplomacy? Spiritual diplomacy refers to the use of spiritual or religious principles and practices and diplomatic efforts to foster understanding, peace, and cooperation between different cultures, nations, or communities. It often involves dialogue, shared value, and collaborative initiatives aimed at addressing conflicts, promoting social justice, and enhancing global harmony. This approach emphasizes empathy, mutual respect, and the search for a common ground, drawing on the moral and ethical teachings of various spiritual traditions. Our dear mothers understand that the Creator is universal, transcending European, African, and even their own systems. The Gullah and Geechee cultures emerged from the blending of the Wali, Kizi, Mandi, Yamasi, Zoya, Gosikpe, and other nations. The Creole language, which is spoken today, is often given an African overtone, while in reality, the Geechee language is mixed but has indigenous American origins. In Wale ontology, the moon is mother creator. In the story, it was from their blood that the earthly children were born. The ancients were given dark skin, Estilusi, as a reminder that she was the first physical mother. The original dialects of the Ikweli language were known and taught by our mothers, as she is the first teacher. Astrology is a science used by women to track sacred time, which is the moment of coming into existence. Averaging 28 to 29-day cycle, women in social societies often would synchronize their cycles with different phases of the moon. Orion, Pleiades, and others were used to track and or time childbirth, a science now neglected among the masses. 23. This connection between womb and moon is considered sacred. It is the link that keeps the rhythm not only in the earth, but the universe. Season change brought about migration, ceremonial activity, planning, and harvesting. The square was a tool to guide direction. Star tracking was not only used for sacred ritual, but to guide the boats on their journey. Clan structure and matrilineal heritage. One moment, let me get some water. One moment. Woo. All right. So am I clear? I'm still clear. Y'all got me, Auntie?
Yes.
Yeah, you're still clear.
Okay, so clan structure and matrilineal heritage. The clan was always passed from mother to daughter. Women with the same matrilineal grandmother, Makawachi, were sisters, making every child birth in the family siblings. Example, your mother's maternal sisters are also your mothers. Their children are your siblings according to the ancient clan system. Wachi Iyuba instructed girls in the ways of womanhood. Clan affiliation is of the utmost importance because it provides us with individuals with our identity. It determines who a person can marry, determine who one is obligated to defend or avenge in times of war. It also dictated ceremonial obligations. Originally working in kinship units and clans, membership determined which fields one could cultivate, and influence the makeup of hunting parties and gaming parties. Clan affiliation also determined eligibility for political titles and roles throughout one's life. The clan also gave children their seat in tribal grounds and granted them birthrights exclusively to their family. While being fierce leaders, women calmed the spirit of war with the goal of preserving life. Economic and social influence of women. The archaic Deptford, Swift Creek trade networks expanded from the Wally East Coast to the Ohio Valley, and it was carved by their hearts. Wachi Iyuba used sea travel to trade goods with nearby islands, incorporating men's skills in their economic endeavors. These expeditions included the Caribbean, West Indies, and in these areas we find canoes created in the southern United States. So here I would like to say this. Next time I come on, I will show pictures and documents of canoes that are 4,000 or 5,000 years old, which have sparked a debate now called Out of Florida, where anthropologists are now sitting down and changing their story. They're now saying that the Caribs were populated by people coming out of the southeast, as opposed to people coming out of the northeast part of South America. So I'll continue. Wachi Iyuba used shell, this number 34. They use shell, charcoal, clay, and limestone to make pottery. The different shapes and materials often represent clan affiliation. They create elaborate patterns representing their spiritual culture and were responsible for healing their communities. To advance their families, women controlled not only the deer skin, but also jewel and cloth trade. Women controlled food storage and managed agricultural production, including planting beans, squash, corn, tobacco, sugar, and sunflowers. They were also central to the cooking and preparation of traditional foods like turkey, deer, rabbit, fish, bear, and panther. Wati Iyuba participated in ceremonial ball. Women took part in ritual drink and abstained from vices contrary to popular belief. Wati Iyuba are amazing artists using their crafts to support the spiritual and economic well-being of their communities. European misinterpretations and resistance. Europeans misinterpreted the matrilineal descent system as incest because they didn't understand the tradition.
Right.
While the leader was a woman and her brother, the face, they seen this as a relationship. Oftentimes, to dismiss our culture, they titled these men as uncle fathers. Spanish missionaries traveled to indigenous towns to belittle and punish traditional women for practicing their culture. One example is before the Wale uprising, they went into the town like Ospo, Alutsi, and Tolomado, attempting to kill any traditionalist women. And we have the letters. We have the letters. Threatening with death if they were caught being, and this is what they were telling the chiefs, if they were caught being untruthful, they were going to put them to death. These leaders were caught being, few leaders denied that there were any of these women refusing to release them. The San Pedro or Mocoma chief, Don Juan the Pretender, removed all non-Christians from his town. His settlement became a target for these exact actions. Don Juan received monetary compensation, food, clothes, and the crown's assistance, for he disliked that Wale women were in their own natural state. So he wrote the crown asking them to make him their leader. What influence did the crown have over him that he attempted such an act? The European traders often preferred dealing with men, neglecting the voices of women. Their Bible taught them that women could only lead weak men and children. Had a woman chosen not to send her son, the crown would replace the hereditary chief with a puppet. Some Wachi Iyuba married European traders to gain arms, clothing, and commissions for their brothers. In the case of Mary Musgrove, a Kusa woman married a trader, John Musgrove, and assisted in the deportation of many indigenous women and children. Musgrove was one of the few businessmen whose father raised him to take over a bloodline. Another of his caliber was McGivery, a Scottish trader that would impregnate indigenous women for his personal gain and land acquisition. Musgrove's Bird Clan brother, Tomochichi, sold the original part of the state of Georgia to her husband. She claimed ancestral land in Savannah, which became Georgia's first state land. In order to advance themselves politically, her and her family, or familiar allies, gave away to pressures and the enjoyment of European payment, cultural survival, and adaptation. Before 1719, Yuba women who married Negro men were classified as Negro. It was this year in which the Carolina colony declared all slaves not entirely Indian shall be accounted as Negro. The Indian problem was solved by reclassifying and regulating them to the fields, from the mission to the plantations. Most of the people on the plantations, or most of them on the plantation, or Negroes, were indigenous American women and children. By 1819, South Carolina judges flatly stated the word Negro has a fixed meaning, slaves, Jack D. Forbes. Mothers continued to maintain their influence by adopting outsiders into their clans to keep them alive, using prisoners of war as workers, and trading them for goods and alliances was not discounted. The offspring of Yuba women who lived under the Yvmvse name contributed to the creation of the Yvmvse Confederacy. Yuba and Yvmvse women were often misclassified due to their interactions and marriages with men presumed to be from Africa. Why presumed? Because there was a time that Spanish and Englishmen couldn't tell the difference. In the 1730 census, a man named Pedro is called Yvmvse, but dark-skinned and possibly of African origins. Bones found in these areas, studied by anthropologist John E. Worth, were identified as Wale, African Wale, and Wale Yvmvse, showing a diverse range of cultures. Included now are the Wale Spanish and the Gullah Geechee. The haplogroups are A through D, and their blood type is O. The Wachi Iyuba are described as Negress with short, coarse hair in locks or knots, reflecting their distinct identity. Many clans joined the newly formed Creek Nation, contributing to its cultural fabric. Ancient blood is found among later groups referred to as Creeks, Seminoles, Negroes, Negro Creeks, and or Seminoles and the African Indigenous. Our mothers honor their lineage and the stories of their ancestors, fostering a deep connection to their heritage. They remember who they are and assert their right to practice their culture. The culture is restored through the principles of vengeance and mercy and vengeance. Wachi Iyuba must continue to teach generations or the generations about their origins and the importance of their cultural narratives. They are fierce and intelligent beings, embodying the spirit of their ancestors. Wachi Iyuba keep meticulous records of their clan members and maintain connection and identity, prioritizing their children to ensure that the next generation understands its heritage. Wachi Iyuba are protected from all forms of abuse, reinforcing their strength within the community. Social and ceremonial practices. Wachi Iyuba accept clans into their communities, fostering a sense of unity, kinship, and collaboration. They chant, sing, and participate in talua dances to heal themselves and others, emphasizing the importance of community wellness. The combination of music and dance, along with their warrior traditions, was often viewed as barbarous by Estihaki European Christians. Mounds represented the Wachi Iyuba womb, symbolizing the nourishing aspect of the culture and community. Wachi Iyuba had storehouses for food and homes built for them by men, reflecting their roles in both subsistence and shelter. They are the greatest storytellers and folk tellers, preserving oral traditions and history. The clan system, now being reconstructed, centers around the principles instilled by the founding Wachi Iyuba. Wachi Iyuba are students of life, continuously learning and adapting. They are relearning languages close to their origins, reconnecting with their linguistic heritage. Wachi Iyuba are revitalizing their traditions, embracing traditions while integrating contemporary practices. They burn fields to create new ones, symbolizing the rebirth and regeneration of their agricultural practices. They embody the colors of the rainbow, using vibrant colors in their daily dress to reflect their cultural identity. Wachi Iyuba are integral to the substance and survival of our or their communities, emphasizing the role of women in agriculture and the conclusion, sacredness of their stories. The stories of Wachi Iyuba are sacred, reflecting their rich heritage and cultural legacy. They teach the importance of honoring oneself as their ancestors did. Wachi Iyuba are the council of Wachi, embodying wisdom and guidance for their communities. Each union is blessed by Wachi Iyuba, reinforcing the significance of relationships within their culture. Wachi Iyuba are recognized as creators by any name in the flesh, representing the embodiment of ancestral wisdom. They celebrate their identity, drawing strength from shared history and collective experience. The legacy of Wachi Iyuba serves as a foundation for the future for their communities. They continue to reclaim their narratives, ensuring that the stories of their people are remembered and respected. The resilience of Wachi Iyuba is a testimony to their strength in the face of adversity. They inspire future generations to embrace their identities and honor their roots. Wachi Iyuba are central to the healing and restoration of our communities. They exemplify the spirit of survival, ensuring that their culture endures for generations to come. To honor the mothers of our clans is to cherish the heartbeat of our lineage, where love, wisdom, and life began. Quote, Silver Cougar. That's my clan mother. That's my big mama. So that is, Auntie, for you, that's the complete chapter of Mothers of the Ancients.
All right.
I know you was gonna love that. Thank you.
Love it, love it, love it. What oh,
I enjoyed it too, guys.
Tony,
See, you
peace and
touched
thank you. John.
nephew. You touched on it. You touched on it, especially when you spoke about
And thank you.
the Wale African and the Wale Yamasi and everything about the admixtures. Because people feel that there was no admixtures, and people think admixtures only came by way of the so-called transatlantic slave trade. But once
Right.
again, they're not in the nation to know that people had interactions way before that. Just like what you said about the arcade and the in Ohio Valley and everything. So yeah. So if you don't have that book, I suggest y'all go ahead on and purchase it. You
yes,
know,
I gotta get
I,
mine ASAP.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So yeah, he did his extensive research and investigation and everything, and he talked to tribal elders, and family members to actually put everything together. Like I said, he got shit that the academia world don't even fucking have. They're gonna be
So,
running to him, like, man, how you know about this? Well, hell, we tribal elders. That's why. When you got people who talking about, oh, you're not an Indian. Oh, you're right. I'm not an Indian because that's a word that was used by Christopher Columbus and said those who was without God, they're God. So, when people talk about, oh, the Yamasi is extinct, well, prove it. The proof of burden is on you because the same people that you believe that say that the Yamasi is extinct is the same people that turned around and say, oh, we found them here, and there, and everywhere. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, the proof of burden is on you, homie. You know,
thanks. I do want to say, since it's still that this weekend, the book is on sale for $30. Shipping is only $6. So for a total of 36, I get the book, signed it, and ship it out. I did have packages where I was sending out blue beads. I had blue fire book covers and all. I had a whole package. The package, I don't have them anymore. But if anybody's looking for a package, I could bring them back, right? But the book itself is $30, so you can find me everywhere at Wale Origins or on Instagram at Yyi Ibaha. That means the tribal council of the ones above. You can find me at Yyi Ibaha. That's YEYEIBAHA.
and they're gonna go get it and trying to see, but guess what? There's no flaws in it. You heard me? It's not like the Walla Wuma.
But Auntie, what you think? Talk to me. What you think about it? I need to hear your opinion now. Cause this is about y'all. This is for y'all. So
Yes, it represents matriarchs awesomely because they are rarely highlighted and talked about. So that was awesome. I don't have any comments or any questions. It was broken down and it was basically confirmation of stuff that I know and that women out there that are listening, it's like this, but nobody highlights it. And it's awesome that you highlighted it, a chapter in your book. That's all I got right now. It was good. It was good to my spirit.
definitely glad you enjoyed it because, like I say, when I look at look at their work, when people are like, oh, who's the source, and you have to go to a European, eventually you're gonna have to correct them when you know better. So when they telling us our women didn't have a major part in what was going on, when they were the reason what was going on is insane.
Right. Right.
They controlled everything.
Yeah, so y'all heard it here. Y'all heard it here. Yes, I want the whole collection. It's 4 books of the Blue Fire, right?
Yeah, so the physical Blue Fire is all 4 of those books,
Okay.
which those digital books I recently updated. So if anybody feels better getting them digitally, you can grab them on Amazon, but they come individually. So each title is $10.
Okay. And so the packets that you were talking about, how much are the packets that you
Uh,
may or may not get back? How much are those?
okay, so when I was doing the packages, I was doing the packages for the packages were they were $40 plus the shipping. So the package it was I have one in my room, matter of fact, but it's like the blue mailer that it comes in. So it comes in a blue mailer, comes with beads. I make different beads with the blue, and I put them together and pick a random bead. So whatever bead anyone got or bracelet someone got, technically it was a spiritual get for them, right? It was something connected to them. So it comes with all of that: beads, bookmarks, pins, and it comes signed. So that was for the $40 with just the book. And the book signed is $30.
Okay. All right. Well, y'all hear that? Go cop them books.
You won't regret it. You gonna
Now
get
they
it. You gonna get
definitely
it straight.
won't, because the book was originally $50, but it's Black Friday weekend, so I was like, let me make it readily available. Once the Green Fire come out, I probably would make it $30 flat. Period. But yeah, y'all get that. Trust me, it's been flying. I got over 100 sales, so y'all grab y'all's.
Yes, we are so proud of you, nephew. Keep representing, keep doing, keep
Dealing
doing
with,
it.
dealing with, as they say, dealing with the Southeast. That's the name we just frequently saying the Southeast, but it's a different name. But
Right.
yeah,
Somebody DM me. They was like, "Oh, all you know about is it all you know about is the coast and Wale?" And I'm sitting there thinking to myself, like, "Damn, you ain't know the Mississippi was called the Wale River? Like, you ain't know that shit before invasion? Like, you think this shit just the coast? Man, this shit go to fucking Texas. Like, what are you talking about?
right, 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 right,
Anywhere you go, you gonna find Yama and Wally. It don't matter where you
right,
go, you gonna
right.
find it."
There's no way around it. So, to all those that want to say America is Egypt, not. Oh Lord.
Yeah,
Mm-mm-mm.
yeah. Sound good, but it's
I
not.
have a question for cousin Cal.
Okay, what's up, man?
So when it comes to effigies, what are some things that indigenous people shape? As far like what are some things that they shape, and what are some what do they mean, right? Like certain human figures can be human figure, animal figures, anything. What are some things that
I
you
mean,
found that you can talk to us about?
well, from my observation, the type of imagery that's depicted on here is man and animal merged together, and that would be a medicine person rocking an animal headdress,
Right.
a tall headdress with animal parts on it. It's actually like it's like 3D imagery depicted in these stones, man.
I asked
You know,
because we
people
found,
that.
not we didn't find, but we came across a mask, but it was a
Mhm.
deer mask, like a deer family mask, and it reminded me of an effigy. Now something that that you had dropped before, and I'm sitting there like, damn, this remind me of something. But people used to actually put that on, you know what I mean? Like merge with
Right,
the animal spirit
right.
once they actually
Yeah,
lost
I mean,
connections.
it's the science of it's transformation, like down in
Right,
South
right,
America with
Yeah,
the panther, the man transforming jaguar man, all that. That's basically it's the same thing. It's identical.
yeah.
right, right, right. So we
The whole
definitely
shape
okay.
shifting.
Yes.
There go the answer I wanted. I just wanted the people to hear
But
it.
but see, on the flip side of that is also certain spirits that are carved into these effigies. Some of these things don't look human. It's something else. You get what I'm saying?
No, I'm with you.
Like it's some aggressive images on these stones. I'll just say it like that. They look aggressive.
Are they the star people? The star.
These are elementals,
Okay.
elemental spirits.
Okay.
Just
That's interesting. That she said. She asked about the star people. But that's why I asked you about the blade, cause that's why I was asking you about the quartz blades.
the quartz blade.
Yeah, what I'll do, I'm gonna send you something. I'm gonna send you something
Okay.
tomorrow, cause they found quartz knives. Like this
Where
shit
was
crazy.
this? Where
In
was it?
Carolina on the Savannah, cause
Wow.
they found quartz knives, and one of the knives was lodged between a mastodon, or what they
What?
believe to be a mastodon.
Right. Yeah, send me that, man. I want to see that.
Man, the book is coming in tomorrow, cuz Ask Pa, I found the book from like 1901. I was like, bro, they talking about what? Like, I was, if I, cuz Ask Pa, I was like, bro, I gotta talk to cuz. I was like, this tripping me out. I gotta talk to cuz.
Right.
Do we have any questions in the chat?
Yeah, there's one. She asked, "What material are most of the effigies you find?"
Man, they use just about anything they could shape. You know, a lot of it is granite. Some of it is like brick-like material. Some of it is asphalt with small pieces of granite crushed up in it, or it's just effigies. And somehow they place the small effigy stones in a certain pattern, and it creates an image in the asphalt. It's crazy. Wood, some
Yeah.
substances, some things I found.
Yeah.
It's an unknown sub. I don't know what it is, but it's an effigy. I don't know what it's made from. I got one
It's like
here
the
that's
Miami Circle.
like this one right here. It's like I guess it looks metallic, but it's a stone. I've never seen anything like this. I don't, and it's held like this, like it's some type of
Hold it up
weapon.
again so we can see.
Hold on.
Right there. There you go. There you go.
Yeah, it's like a metallic. I don't know what this is. It's like silver and copper colored and brass, but it appears to be a stone. I don't know what it is. I've never seen a stone like this. And I found this in an old European lady's yard. I was on my last job doing a cleanup job. Found this on her property. You know, they're everywhere though, and they made out of different materials. Some of the things I don't know what the material is, but for the most part, it's granite. You know, quartz crystal, quartzite. You know, that's mostly what it is. But I found wood pieces, and also the brick-like material here. You know, it's like and the images on like both sides. They didn't waste any space on here. It's an effigy carved here. Here on all angles of it, there's something carved into it. All of them are like that. It's carvings all over these stones. When I show you a stone on my videos, you're not seeing the whole thing. You're not seeing everything is on. I'm just showing you like one side.
Right.
It's so many images though. But oh yeah, also iron. I left out the iron right here. This is an effigy right here. It looks like a rusty piece of iron, but when the light hit it from a certain angle, you see what's on it. It's niggas all over this shit, man. Let's put it like that.
Negro Indians.
So-called Negro Indians, so-called niggas.
So-called Negro Indians.
Negro de Terra.
Okay. Yeah. Anybody else have any comments or questions? I'm loving this live demonstration. Although the shows when y'all came and we interviewed y'all, or y'all just came and showed up and supported and dropped knowledge, those were awesome. But this live right here is on point.
Oh, Kitty Fight said, I have also been told that the Yvmvse are the ancestors to the Cherokee. Or as we said in our language, Chataway, Chataway, you know. So
When we say
would that
chat,
go for the whole, or would that go for a specific chief that said that, or is it the whole tribal nation? You know what I'm saying? You had those that was in Georgia, but this like my nephew showed to where he asked one Cherokee person, well, why y'all was right there in the Guale town then if y'all was Cherokees?
Right.
did they know about the ancient stories? It was just
Who?
So
that
so
would be
yeah,
a question.
so yeah, it's family. It's family.
I would like to ask, is it okay if I read something from this text? I want to show it Cal about the quartz crystals.
Go
Go
ahead.
Yeah, man.
ahead.
All right, so I'm not gonna get the name of the book on live. I'm sorry, y'all. As much as I love
Hey,
y'all,
hey,
I
you
get to
good.
y'all though.
You good. You good. You ain't gotta
So
apologize.
Yeah, you can do a private chat and tell us.
all right, so it says Southeast in the Middle Archaic period, 8,000 to 5,000 years ago. The late Joseph Cadwell, noted University of Georgia archaeology professor, was among the early few who contributed to the knowledge about Middle Archaic people in Georgia and South Carolina. He identified the residents of that time as belonging to the old quartz culture because their quartz spear points were found on ridge tops throughout the Piedmont. The Piedmont is the land between the Blue Ridge Mountains and the coastal plain, an area about 80 miles wide. But before quartz became hunters' frequent choice for their spear points, there were new visitors, perhaps from many miles away, to the upper Savannah River Valley, who chose other stones for their tools and weapons. The Russell study revealed that small groups, even lone travelers from perhaps eastern Tennessee or the North Carolina Piedmont, ventured into the area about 8,000 years ago. They used metamorphic rocks territory on one or more extended hunting trips. So that's what I want to, that's just something that I came across, the spear tips, and they noticed that there were new migrating people based on the change of weaponry.
Right.
So that has to do with, the stones and the things that you find. These things deal with cultures too. So if someone asks, like, well, who was there? It's so ancient, only us that know the ancient names know, right?
Right.
But these things can be found. So it's so much dealing with these people that can be found in text. But you remember, always come back to somebody that deals with other tribal people, so they can
Right.
put it into a proper perspective for you.
Awesome. Anybody else? Everybody's loving it. Everybody's, making comments that they're loving this podcast tonight.
Yeah, so because I got another engagement.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you got that coming up
yeah, yeah, yeah,
in
yeah,
less than an hour, right?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but this your first home, so we still
Yeah,
got you.
you know, I always got to take care of home first.
Still got you for what 40 some minutes to give you some time. You
Yeah, look, they texting me now. Oh, that's funny. Oh, that's funny.
Was you doing another show?
yeah, he gonna be
Yeah.
on autonomous party tonight.
That was somebody else. That wasn't dealing with that. That was dealing with somebody else. But yeah, yeah. So, but yeah, man. You know, hey, it's always a beautiful thing. You know, and like I said, nephew, the door is always open. You know, my cheeky, your cheeky. You know what I'm saying? You know,
Yes, yes, you know
be
I
cheeky,
first that.
be
I first
cheeky, and need cheeky. You know, so hey, I guess they go figure it out. You know, but yeah, you know, hey, it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful time to be alive. You know, people them waking up, people them doing their
So,
genealogy. You still got people. It was so funny is that you know when you show federal documents and everything, people still want to turn a blind eye to it. You know, oh well, what the anthropologist said. Okay, you want the white man to tell you. Oh hey, the white man tell you. You know, it
that.
ain't like we never said it already. You
Yeah,
know, even the anthropologist got to come back and be like, "Oh, I guess we was wrong. We finding more shit." You know, that's what they got to understand about these scientists. They find this stuff, and then they have other people that's coming right behind that work and finding other stuff, and they have to update their science.
right.
yes,
That's what they
yeah,
want to understand.
yeah.
But
That
yet,
Facts.
we
technology.
as tribal people, we don't have to update our story because our story has always been, and it never changed. Our story never changed. It's still the same. They just catching up to our story.
Facts. Facts.
You know?
Right.
Yes, yes, it's awesome. Anybody else got any last minute questions or comments? Our plan was to, do the replay of when both of our guests were on here, which they family, they not really guests, um but this live interaction just trumped that shit. So
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, yeah. All top, all top. This gonna be like what? This gonna be like number three, number three in the countdown at the end of the year, and that's what we're gonna do on December. What's the last Saturday in December? We doing the countdown.
hold on, hold that thought. Let me look at the day. Let me check this calendar. All right, so the 31st is on a Tuesday, but that Sunday is the 29th. So the 29th, we're gonna go hard. We're
We're
gonna
gonna
go
go hard.
we're
We're gonna
gonna
go
go
hard. We gonna play all the videos of 2024 going to
yeah,
2025. That's a
yeah,
whole marathon. It's a whole marathon. It's a whole marathon. So get your fucking
Right.
popcorns. We gonna bring in
yes.
2025 popping in the Gregorian calendar. Notice I
Yeah,
say in the Gregorian calendar because we older than that shit. You know what I'm saying?
right,
You
right.
know, somebody said, "Oh, the seven generations." I said, "Baby, we older than seven generations."
Right, right. 'Cause if you do your genealogy, like I've counted back to like 15 generations, and then on some ancestors, it went further than that. So,
Right. Hey, they talking about seven generations. You talking about seven generations? Then you knew.
yeah, well, they say you should know at least 7 generations of your family.
Like my nephew say, we know who the old bloods are.
I see why you do that. I do. I feel you. Yes. Yeah. So we're gonna have excerpts. We're gonna play excerpts of a lot of the podcasts on the
How many
29th.
videos? How many videos we got?
We have like 80 some videos. So
Damn.
Yeah, but it's mixed. It's a mixture in there. The shorts, the videos, the lives. So that's the whole as a whole. But we're gonna have some powerful excerpts for y'all from everybody who has visited Southeastern Talking Stick podcast. So
And we still go trying to figure out how we're gonna do this raffle where somebody can actually win a coffee mug or a t-shirt or something.
we're gonna do two. One we're gonna do one special one, and I know who the recipient is, and we're gonna discuss it. I know you're gonna agree with me, but the other one is the raffle thing. So yeah, so y'all stay tuned for that. Y'all can go cop our merch, and we want our special family to what y'all want to plug before we get off of here. Anything, any last comments before y'all say y'all plug, like where people can find y'all at, all that good shit.
Go ahead, Wale.
Oh, cool. Again, y'all can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and Facebook and TikTok at Wale Origins. That's Guale. Wale, not Gullah, Wale. Also on Instagram, Yii Ibaha. That's our tribal council page now, so it's no longer my page. I'm not the only one on it, but you can YeYeIbaha. Yeah, so that's my Facebook, the horned leaper, right? So the jaguar or the leaping cat, the jumping cat is my Facebook. And then Instagram again, you can find it at Wale Origins. Or excuse me, TikTok, because I'm TikTok famous now. So I kept my name on TikTok too.
All right. All right. Seminole Brown.
Yeah, I'm on YouTube, man. There I is right there.
Yes, yes. So if y'all want that hardcore book knowledge, since y'all be looking for book sources, y'all check out Wale Origins. And if y'all want to know about effigies and spiritual matters with the effigies, check out Museum of So-Called Negro Indian Antiquities. And come join us on Southeastern Talking Stick podcast every Sunday at 6:30 Central Standard Time. Anything else, cuz? What's up?
Hey, like my partner from Uptown, you know what I'm saying? My boy Mystical. I heard a motherfucker was looking for me. Here I go. I'm the nigga right here. Yeah. Here I go. My nigga Mystical. Yeah.
Yeah, well, we don't have no strays in the building that's making themselves seen right now, but we had a substance filled show,
Oh
which
yeah.
which was lovely and awesome. Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
I enjoyed it. I
And
enjoyed it.
of course, we're going to have y'all back because y'all are family. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all, what y'all contribute to our culture, our community. We just love it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank y'all for everything. I appreciate y'all.
All
Oh,
right. So
for sure.
we'll see y'all again. And feel free to pop up anytime. I know nephew, he good at that. He'll pop up. And we'll be like, nephew in the building, but I know you real busy. You handling your business. Just, yeah, I know y'all gonna be back to see us and fellowship with us.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. All
So,
right, everybody. Once again, Yvmvse.
yes, Wado Yukoki Shonabishchi to everyone.
Yes, yes.
Peace.
All right.
Peace.
Peace.